another panel. Hello, hello. Um, Let me check the news real quick. Haven't checked in today. The hurricane. Florida on high alert. Milton's picking up strength. Oh, interesting. Supreme Court signals support for Biden administration regulation of ghost gun kits. See, it's working. It's a third party branch of government. It ruled against Biden the other day on shit, what was it? Come on, brain. Damn. It's on the tip of my mind. Let me just look it up. Yeah, the abortion thing in Texas. They let a law stand in Texas. But now they're siding with Biden over this gun thing. So if it was some kind of conspiracy theory, wouldn't they be like all in lockstep? Israel is still attacking Hezbollah. And that's about it, looks like. Let me see if there's any tweets. Nope. I didn't do the 12 monkeys thing yet. Hey, Daniel Barry. How are you? That got postponed. I'm going to do it after this stream. I'm going to go for like an hour or two. And then go head off back into the Gen X world. And take a look at 12 monkeys. Because after watching The Matrix, that's really the one I think I need to see next to compare and contrast. But I think I figured out though what's missing, what's getting lost between the transition from Gen X to millennial, and I think it's irony. I think we're looking at the death of irony. We were also the ironic generation, lost and very ironic about it. Because did we even need to be found by the society that we felt lost from anyway? But the point is, we lost a sense of multi-layered communication. Irony is saying one thing, intending another, meaning another, or like saying more than one thing at once. And with us, there was kind of like a surface layer, and then there was a depth behind that surface layer. And I think with millennials, and I noticed this with Kurt Cobain and the Nevermind album, they literalize, they collapse everything, they lose the irony, so everything's taken literally as though it were one single thing being communicated, and they work off of that. Like our dystopia was an ironic dystopia. It was not anything that we had to despair about or react against. And theirs is a literal, like the Matrix is almost a literal dystopia that they're living in even when they turn the movie off. That's not irony. That's the opposite of irony. That is indeed the death of irony. Like Kurt Cobain, I think he literalized the sounds that he heard from college rock, from alternative rock. It sounded violent and miserable and bleak and depressing, but it really wasn't, and the people making it really weren't, and the scene itself really wasn't. It was all irony. It was an ironic kind of exploration into that by, middle class suburban white kids. I think with Kurt, it probably was more sincere. It probably was the sound of his heart spilling out um, onto everyone, really, in that 1991, the year punk broke. I watched that documentary too. I might run that again. It's tour footage and from Sonic Youth, Nirvana, Dinosaur Jr., Gumball, Babes in Toyland, a lot of the bands around that time period. They all went on tour in the fall of 1990, a European tour, so it's them in Europe. Hey, hey. Just, talking Gen X stuff again. But it is open panel. Should other people want to come up and change the topic? Yeah, I'm talking about, like, even when I was teaching, because I taught in the mid 2000s, so I guess the kids I was teaching would be millennials. But maybe if you grew up post 9/11, the Iraq War, the financial collapse, like none of that was ironic. That was all real shit. Like what what is there to be ironic about at that point? So maybe the millennials grew up in a world that was actually more bleak, like in actuality more bleak. But I'm also thinking that they're the digital because we that's another thing, the loss of art. We had like the best movies and music ever made in the history of the human race, at least as far as our generation was concerned, to turn to and to like help us find ourselves and take care of ourselves and keep ourselves healthy and intact through it all. And I was lamenting that I'm not sure what the millennials have to help them do that. It seems like they're getting worse. Their mental health, it's whatever art they have, it's not helping their mental health. But then I realized we were the music and movie generation too. And they're the internet. All of their art, whatever's going to take the function of art for them, is going to come from the internet, social media. So in addition to 9/11, Iraq, financial collapse, the Wall Street thing, you have the internet sitting right in the middle of all of that. Um, so by the time you get to Obama and the Tea Party, you're pretty much in the world we're in today. In fact, we were watching the Treme, which was filmed in 20 in '09, like right after Obama's election, right when the Tea Party started. And some of the stuff they talk about it, even back then, is the stuff we're talking about today. The political divisions, how much could you rely on government, the different groups, like thinking in groups, in terms of groups, corruption, big business, all that stuff. So maybe like 2010 to 2020, you have that decade, whatever it is. Um, Everything just got hyper political and woke and everything else, just very divisive. And then now we're the post-COVID generation, especially the people in the panelverse, because we've never really left the lockdown lifestyle, or many of us haven't. It created a new norm for us. And I guess that's even what this is. Like all of these channels and this Gen X exploration stuff, it's using this new world, this new culture to kind of fit, like this is what I have to fit Gen X into. And I was interested, I mentioned on my last stream, the Gen Xers that took the woke route, the ones that ended up woke instead of like me reacting against wokeness. I want to know about that. And then the Gen Xers that are now living this new life, like they haven't settled into some kind of traditional real world life, but somehow we've made our way into the new cyber world that is the creations of the millennials and the zoomers. This is not our world, and we have to figure out where Gen X fits into this world. And that's why I think that movie Slacker is just so brilliant, because it gives me the biggest clue. It's the conversations. It's our ability to have conversations with many different people about a range of topics, and the art and the music and the values, the wisdom we got from all of that. I think it's that. At least that's what I'm gonna do with it. Hey, Cheesehead, what's up? Where are all the panels today? Because this is my second one, and nobody's really dropped by. I figure maybe they're off doing other panels. I see Talcott is on OTW. Damn, he's been going. How long has he been going? He was going like early this morning when I got up. Oh, he's on his 8.5 hour. Okay. Joe did a stock stream today. I saw Zatoichi was just live. There's also a hurricane coming. Pretty good, just chilling out. I'm still doing the movie thing. I'm gonna do 12 Monkeys tonight, and then tomorrow we'll probably do Natural Born Killers and a few other of those Gen X crime movies. Oh, that's right, and I missed your stream again this weekend. I'm supposed to catch it one of these days. So I'll stay for another 20 minutes. And then I will go do 12 Monkeys. The army of the 12 Monkeys. We did it. We did it. We did it. And that's like, speaking of COVID, what a great movie to watch from this perspective in history. Because the whole movie is about a global pandemic that nearly wipes out humanity and the survival afterwards. Or maybe not. It's a that's why like I think it does a better job than the Matrix in kind of showing the subjectivity of reality and the layers of reality. Because you never really know what's what in this movie. It's Terry Gilliam. He's from Monty Python. He did Time Bandits, Fisher King. That's a good. We watch Fisher King a lot with the mental health crowd because of the PTSD. It's very relatable that way. Robin Williams, he goes through some trauma at the beginning of the movie, and you can see the change that comes. Then he lives as a homeless person basically after that. He just can't function and fit into society anymore at all. And it's kind of a fantasy fairy tale take on that life. But it really does a nice job of bringing in the PTSD and the effects that trauma can have on you. Because you're never really the same after. Not if it's the type that I, I consider it a form of brain damage because it does change the brain in very specific ways. Well, uh, see what else is going on. Oh, I guess while I'm at it, I can squash this rumor or bit of misinformation that's been going around about Mike has some sort of protection or immunity. He doesn't. You can watch plenty of streams and see Mike get kicked off and all of that. So people that are thinking that, that's just because they want to think that because it serves them somehow. But it's not because that's actually the case. Cheese, preferred cheese. Your favorite cheese. Cheesehead. Bonjour. And hello to you too, Wombat. Just waiting on the panel. We'll see who shows up first, Godot or the panelist. Start the clock. Hey, Spike. In a way, it's encouraging because it makes me think that maybe there's life outside of the panelverse. This is like Plato's cave, really, and we're all trapped in it. Like I was thinking about that the other day. Bacon and his idols. This is the idols of the theater. All of these stories that these ghost stories that go around between us. Well, yeah, that he does. So thank you for that. There is that is a narrative. You know, we're living in the age of narrative, and that is one of the narratives making the rounds. But it's subjective. It's a subjective sense that that's what's happening. But that's not actually no. The only person here that has protection, if that's what you want to call it, or immunity, is Cult of Culture. They also go by Here I Am. It's the same person. And it's not really protection. I'm the only one that can mod them. I don't want anyone else modding that person. So if they need moderation at all, I will do it. And they never do. I think I've had to take a comment off once, maybe. So that's the only person that has like actual official immunity or protection. And that person's not even a problem. Yeah, they're here for some weird, perverted sense of justice that I'm not here to provide. They can actually, I am. We have Judge Jeffrey Justice, and I'm willing to give half an hour for $50 just to try it out. It's so you don't have to invest the whole 100. No, I'm again going back to Gen X. That's another thing that Gen X, partly maybe because of the irony. Um, we knew how to insult each other and not we knew when somebody was insulting us and when they were being ironic, when they meant something other than the literal meaning of the word. Also the thick skins, the resiliency, the anti-fragility. What happened to y'all? I know we raised you, so it's our parenting, but we overcorrected somewhere. uh we led you, or not we, but the people in my generation that parented you, left you with some very unrealistic expectations, my dears. Yeah, I consider those the people that weaponize offense, because if you get offended, that's your problem. I remember, okay, here's an example. When I got my nose broken in Vegas, it was like early 2000s. I had to put I had to have surgery, like a whatever, they had to go in and rebuild the nose, and I had to wear this thing on my nose for like a couple of weeks, and I had a lot of enemies. There were people that were glad it happened. They made fun of me, all that stuff. So it was a serious, like it was a little bit of a touchy subject. Um, and I remember me and Mike were watching Ally McBeal one day. That was one of his favorite shows, and he got me into it. And we were watching the Ally McBeal reruns every day. We'd watch an episode, and there was this one episode where this guy got punched in the face and he got his nose broken, and he was kind of an asshole. And so when Ally was defending him, they were doing it. She was doing it in a way where I forgot what the exact controversy was, but she was like arguing for like why he deserved to have his nose broken, or like making it about him. And I got so offended. I could not believe, as somebody that had just been through this, that they were going to try to make this guy not the victim, but the bad guy in this. I turned the TV. I turned it off. I could not finish the episode. I walked out of the room. I never watched Ally McBeal again. It was just too personal of a storyline for my situation, and it was portraying it in way too negative of a light. But I didn't expect anybody to do anything. I didn't expect Mike to stop watching Ally McBeal. I didn't expect it. That was my personal little sore spot, and I addressed it internally with just me. So even the little bit of offense that I have felt, as rare as it is, It's not anything that I have externalized onto other people or made a problem for other people. Jody, here's what you do in this case if you think it's enabling, because that's again, it's an opinion, it's subjective. Write to YouTube because they have YouTube monitors things and tattle to them and see if they can step in and help you with anything. Or just don't watch him when he's on a channel because you're enabling him by giving him an audience. Like outside of that, what is my role and responsibility? Do you like not want me to have him on? No one comes and tells me who to have on my panels. That's every creator's right to decide. And the Karens need to stop manipulating content creators. See, again, that's not true. We did address it. Mike himself brought it up like the next day on the stream, and we spent a few minutes addressing it. So it did get addressed. And then you know what we did after that? We moved the fuck on. We didn't have to like loop address it every single panel since it happened. Like maybe that's another Gen X thing, the ability to move the fuck on. Like to roll with things. Again, that resiliency. That we're like Tempur-Pedic foam. You can throw anything non-physical at us and it will make an impression and then it will return back to its state before you came around and tried to do that. It's resiliency. The millennials have no memory foam. They're like sponge sugar. They fall apart if you breathe on them the wrong way. Well then, Jody, here you go. Again, let me help you out from a peer counselor perspective. Don't use my services. Th- that solves the problem. If you don't think it's appropriate for somebody in my profession, then don't use my services or don't send your people to me. Easy. Yes, yes. Well, you must not have watched the stream because the one we're talking about, that's not what happened. That's what I'm saying. I think, like, this is what happens. Something will happen on a stream, and people will get some alternate reality version of it in their head, and then that's what they will start communicating about. It's not about what actually happened on the stream. It mystifies me. No, I'm not self-proclaimed. I'm certified by the state of Washington. It's peer counselor. And I've talked about it like so many times on this channel with peer counseling. In fact, I may do an entire peer counselor training series because they want to redo the curriculum and the training here in Washington State, and there's several different ideas on which direction to take it. So I might like do my own version so that at least have what I consider the best direction to take it out there. Why am I don't I'm not AA. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't even drink. There's people in here that are that I guess if he needs to talk to, they could. Why am I the person to like? Why am I? He's not. Mike is not a client of mine, and I don't go around treating people that are not client unless they come to me and ask me for my help. That's not what a counselor does. And there is a YouTube rate, by the way, for just mention your screen name, and I'll give you the YouTube discount. Thank you, Spike. Yes, where are the Muppets when you need them? Okay. Well, I will put my ability to have courageous conversations against anyone's anytime because I have a whole channel with what? How many videos do I have now? Not counting my other channel before this one. Um, so just on this channel alone, there's almost 600 videos of me having conversations. A lot of them pretty courageous. Temperamental, yeah, Cajuns get that a lot. Temperamental, so that might be a cultural thing. It's in all the like the Cajun hit when they do the anthropological studies. That adjectives comes up a lot when outsiders encounter Cajuns. How and I don't know how. See, again, this is that making up shit stuff. How do you know what counsel I seek out or not? You don't know. You don't know if I see counselors or who I see or what. Like, I've never talked about that. And the solution to all of this, again, maybe this is some more Gen X wisdom, internal locus of control. Instead of not watching, you choose to watch and then complain about because this is you need this for some reason, for your own self, for your identity. Because I'm not, like, there's plenty of people that I don't find enjoyable and that irritate me or like do things differently than I would do them. I'm not watching their channels all day, making myself miserable, and then going around talking about it to everybody and spreading all this false misinformation. You're just a gossip. Hey, parahistory. Right, and the point is, there are people like that have AA backgrounds here that if Mike wanted to talk to you, he has plenty of opportunity. I'm not one of them, so I don't know why it keeps. This is not an AA channel. People in recovery are welcome to come here because they have a lot of wisdom to share, and they also deal with mental health issues. And I like that there's people like that around to speak with the men that do need that. I'm just not one of those people. I mean, if and Mike needs to make that decision, not you. Okay, and since I let this go on a little bit to clarify, but I'm pretty much done. So I'm this is going to be your warning with the Mike stuff. If there's anything else about Mike, you about me related to Mike or anything else that you want to confront, just pay the $50 and you can do it for half an hour. But otherwise, you're going to get timed out and banned if you keep with the Mike accusations. Um, I am not sure who End Time Teacher is. This is the first time I'm hearing of this dude, so I don't know where this bit of misinformation came from either. Y'all are y'all are really bad at gossip. Maybe it's because I grew up in a small town in the South, but y'all are just really bad at this. I was more advanced than this in like third grade. This is some really shameful level of gossiping. Y'all can't even get your basic narrative straight that you'll start spreading around. Because gossip is not supposed to be something you go whisper and then somebody instantly bust you on it. That's poor gossip. Oh, me too. I love Tom McDonald. And who's the other one? The Francis from England. He does all the gender ones. Fuck, what's his name? Somebody type it in the chat. You know what I'm talking about? Um, I gotta find it. Oh, is Jody Dutchy? That explains it. She's just trolling. I'm not gonna take her seriously. I can't believe how bad my Francis Aaron. Here, I'll put one of his songs. The, he has all these little raps about gender ideology. I'll drop it in the Discord too. Oh, that's another thing. We have a Discord, so if you're not in it yet, contact me on Gen X Jeff and get the invite. And we have cool chats in there, off stream. We watch movies. There's a gaming channel. There's all kind of other channels. There's a panel drama channel where you could come and talk about all the panel drama stuff you want. I've I've lost count of how many people have been on my show, like hundreds. So if you have a link to his channel, I'll take a look and refresh my memory. But are you like his secretary or his spokesperson? What is who are you? Why isn't he here? Yes, you probably did hear that, among many other things. We need to have we that ball gag. You just gave me a brilliant idea. We need to have a Gen X AA style recovery meeting. You would be perfect for that, like recovery Gen X style. Hey, Jess. Oh yeah, he's talking about you, ball gag. Cut that out. Yeah, I'm pretty okay, Jess. I hope you are too. Which dudes? I don't know. They found me. They just showed up one day. I don't know how they found this channel, and it's never been the same since. All right, well, I am at about half an hour, so I think what I'm going to do is go get the movie started. 12 Monkeys from 1995. I remember seeing it at the theater when it came out. I knew nothing about it. It just looked like a cool movie. I went with a friend, and I came out of that theater like, wow, that was a really cool movie. Oh, interesting. Yeah, we're gonna get to Fight Club too. We're making our way through all the good '90s movies. Because Matrix is like the cusp of that. That's the kind of threshold between the past and the future, or what is now also the past. But it's really a new cultural epoch. Like ours was like the rock and roll age from the '60s to like Kurt Cobain, and then you had the that transition period, like maybe the movie age, because all those cool movies came out. And then you have the beginning of the cyber digital age, the computer age, which is a completely different cultural epoch than the one that started in the 60s. I did look it up, and nothing showed up. It's very hard for okay, I see. End time teacher. Let me see if he's was he cammed up because I feel like I would remember this face. But yeah, I'll debate him. He's welcome to stop on panel, same as anybody else. So if somebody spread a rumor that I'm refusing to debate this dude, you got lied to. I never said that. I don't even know who he is. Oh, did I kick him off for something? Oh, DeFreak. Oh, well, he can't be that too bad then. He and DeFreak should come up. I mean, I don't really have anything to say about Jesus. I've done several streams on it. I tried to like get in touch with Jesus myself. Nothing happened. Um, I don't have an issue. I consider myself a Christian Satanist. In fact, I use both. But I don't. It's all art to me. It's not existential. It's not metaphysical, and so I don't have anything to really debate metaphysically. But he's welcome to drop by panel. There may be other people that can get involved in the conversation. Ball gag. What's the boss? Well, maybe 12 Monkeys will make you feel better. Oh, it's a sports thing. Is he one of the people from the team that just lost? Well, you know what? We're watching Natural Born Killers next, so I'll get to compare them side by side, very fresh. They were both very significant movies for that time period. So, all right, I'm gonna head to the Discord. I'll start in about 10 or 15 minutes, and I will be back later on. We need new words. We can't say. I guess you could still say today. Later on today, even though there's not really any days in the panelverse. It's going to get like the Aboriginal language where we're going to start encoding time and directions into our language just to orient because there's no navigation in the Panelverse. It's all virtual space, virtual time. It's kind of trippy, dude. Yeah. All right, take. We can do like I am quite sure that if like some of the AA people here, if they wanted, could host some kind of weekly, or I don't know how often they meet, daily, weekly. Because part of what I envision for this channel is kind of a community drop-in type. We have like in-person versions of that here in Seattle, and so it was kind of a virtual drop-in space. And there's all you drop in, and there's all kind of things going on. There's AA meetings, there's peer support groups, there's workshops. You could sign up for trainings, classes, etc. All right, I'm gonna let you off for about 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna wrap up and go do
What's
this
up?
movie. What's up?
What's up, man? Are you watching 12 Monkeys?
Yeah, I was supposed to watch it earlier today, and I got sidetracked.
How trippy was it towards the end? We're not going to give it away, but at
Oh,
the end,
yeah,
the
don't
whole
give it
thing.
away.
No, but the whole thing turns around at the end, like the
Well,
whole thing.
don't give it away. That's got to give
Yeah.
it away. So,
Well, I mean, no. I'm just saying it's you don't realize
it's
what's
it's
going
a
on.
really hard movie to talk about. I agree,
Yeah,
without giving anything away.
yeah, it's
Probably, and millennials can weigh in on this, but probably it in the same way the Matrix is. Like if you were describing the Matrix to somebody
sure.
else, other than calling it an action movie, would you be able to say too much about it without giving it away?
Yeah, you can say there's good special effects. That the coordination was good. I mean, the story plot. You thought one thing the entire movie till the end. That's when everything dropped. So a true thriller or maybe a true mystery is where you don't like the whole time you're watching the movie, you think one thing, right? You're leading
Right.
up to this one conclusion in your mind, and you're like, whoa.
Or sometimes you don't know what to think because they lead you to think multiple things and you're not
But
sure which one. That's
movies
why I
like
hate
12,
it when there's a good mystery or thriller and people are like, "You're not gonna believe the ending." Are the endings good? Then that's gonna let me know that all the normal endings to rule those out, and that's gonna help me like figure out. Just knowing that it's a mind blowing twist
yeah.
helps me to figure out what the ending is gonna be while I'm watching it. So
But
even that sometimes spoils it for me.
what do you think? Let me ask you this: in your lifetime, if you can think of, I know you said 5 minutes. I'll be quick. What do you think the biggest of our generation plot twist was the most mind blowing to you, movie wise? Movie wise, I'll tell you mine if you want first. If unless you want to tell me yours first.
Um, it's I have one in mind, but again, it's hard to talk about it without spoiling it. Although in this day and age, it's not going to go anywhere. I think it's the twist. It's the opposite answer to your question. It was supposed to be the biggest twist, and it absolutely fell flat and went nowhere. And that was the Crying Game.
Hmm. That's a cool movie. The struggle of the
Yeah,
two different lives.
yeah.
What
The
about
struggle is real.
what about The Sixth Sense with Bruce Willis and the
I
little
hated
kid?
that movie. I hate Shamalama Lama. Yes, I have. There's
But
not a single movie he makes. I think he's a millennial filmmaker. In fact, that's probably why I hate it because
yeah.
there's no irony. There's no like it's sophistication to it. It's a very
Mhm.
straightforward. Ooh, look at this cool thing. Another thing I noticed about The Matrix and kind of those kind of movies,
Mhm.
they're made for video gamers because they're very like you're facing a first person and the characters all kind of talk at you like the characters you encounter in a video game, and the plot moves kind of like you would move. It's not blocked like traditional movies are blocked and plotted. And um, so it's like, hey, look at this cool thing, this cool concept. The characters are just little stick figures that we use to act out the plot, and then look at this mind-blowing ending. Ooh, it's like stage magic more than a movie. And that's how I
You
feel
feel like
about his movies. I'm not
you
watching a
feel
movie. I'm watching some kind of little sleight of hand magic trick that he's waiting to pull off.
you feel like you're in a simulation. Like you're in a simulation when you watch his movies. Like it's almost like it's predetermined. It's like you're watching a video game. It's
Yeah,
all
that's how I feel
it's
about
all
a lot of these
yeah.
post
It's not
Matrix movies.
interactive. Like with your emotions, how your emotions will change your perspective of what's going on. it's more blasé. It's kind of hard to put into words because I'm not a movie critic, but I understand what you're saying. It's almost like playing a video game where everything is already planned out ahead of time.
We have a fake leggy. Who's the real leggy? Oh,
Yeah. But it's interesting. It's interesting to see that. And I
I
love the John
appreciate it,
Wick.
Wombat. That helps.
Yeah.
But
Do
now
you
we
like
got
the John?
leggy. The clock
Yeah.
might start. If he can get connected, I'll give leggy 5 minutes.
It's okay.
Why do
It's all
people
right.
drop jump on at the very end of the panel?
I don't know because they want to chomp at the bit. You know, not Leggy, but
Well,
because
you're
Leggy
the
actually
one.
Leggy. No,
You
actually,
are the
Leggy comes
name.
up. Leggy comes up and he actually has good conversations with you for
Oh yeah, I
like
like leggy,
for
and
hours.
he
You know.
shows cool stuff too.
Yeah. Other
What's
people
up,
just come
leggy?
up. Yeah. Good. But
If he's
other people come
connected.
up just to complain and bitch. But Leggy actually has a conversation. He's talking about everything that's going on. But no, I think some movies are like a piece of art. Some movies are they teach you about yourself, your family. They teach you. It depends on your
Yeah,
connection to
that's why I'm
the.
interested in what art these new generations are.
Mhm.
What is their art? Because they seem miserable. So whatever their art is, it's not helping them do the kind of stuff that our art helped us do.
And there's a lot of debauchery and confusion and self-hating and self-loathing, and it's like, it's just it. I don't know, man. It's like remember we would leave a movie and we'd feel awesome. Like
Yeah.
sometimes some of these movies you feel like crap afterwards. You're like, this sucks. So I mean, it is. I guess it's how you perceive it. It's how you perceive the information coming at you.
I'm
But I
I'm
think
so
this.
interested, and I want to talk more with millennials about the Matrix. I'm interested in how they see the Matrix because the Gen Xers I've talked to see it so differently than the
I do.
millennials, and
Me
so
and
that's
you,
like a cultural dividing line right there.
they look at it as something cool and hip. I look at it as, I don't know if you agree with me, I look at it as like a precursor into AI, into warnings of what's going to be if we lose our humanity. Because in the Matrix, basically,
It
you're
looks
just
it. It looks like they already lost it. None of those
you're
people
the
had any
same.
kind of. If you put all of that cast on a panel together, nobody would watch it. It would be so boring. It would be the most. They were not exciting people. They barely had any life in them. They
Did
were
you see the
just the
movie?
most wooden, hollow characters I've ever seen in a movie.
Did you see the movie 1982? The famous movie where it's just basically control, it's just
No,
manipulation of your mind. 1982. And it's a famous movie about basically, control. And
1982 or 92?
1982.
82.
It's called, yeah.
I did
And
watch. I did start that. What is it? Children on the Edge movie from
mm,
1979.
yeah.
And it was it's looks pretty good. I don't know how I missed that movie, but
Is that the one where the kids were abused and then they get violent? Is that same genre? I'm trying to remember if that's what Children of something, Children of Rage. I think it was
let me see.
Children of
Over
Rage.
the Edge. It's
Okay. Where kids would be abused and they would abuse other people as they grew
it
up. Like in
might
other
be.
words,
It's like the late 70s, and
Children of
there's
Rage.
something going on with the kids, and like one of
Yes.
them was trying to shoot at the cops and caused a big traffic pile up.
So the whole the
Yeah.
whole thing, Jeff, is that you're right. That hatred perpetuates. It goes. It keeps going. It's like a snowball effect. That hatred keeps going and going and going.
Hey,
And
Hello, can you hear me?
Leggy,
what's up?
are you
What's
there?
Can
up?
you hear me?
Yeah.
Can hear
Hey,
you.
you can hear me. What's going on?
What's
What's
up?
up?
What's going on? So I
Not
cooked this
much.
beautiful flank steak, and it come out fucking amazing.
Oh,
I've
well, we
never cooked a.
appreciate you coming
Flank
torturing
steak?
us
Yeah.
with that.
Oh no
No,
no.
I'm glad. I love it when people get a good steak. Did you cook
Oh,
it
it's really
yourself?
good.
I did. I
Oh,
got, dude, a three.
pff,
My favorite steak. People always talk about filet mignon, like the fancy shit. But if you get a thick sirloin, I think it's the best steak there is.
I
Getting a
went
thick
to try to
sirloin.
find a tomahawk steak, but I couldn't find one.
Mm. That's the ribeye and the fillet, right? That's a tomahawk's a ribeye and the fillet. I think it's
I
both put
guess I
together.
don't know what the fuck it is. I just want one.
Yeah,
I've never cooked one.
yeah.
They didn't have one, so I got the flank steak, and
It's
I
like
tell
a
you
it's
what,
like a
that come out
$40.
good.
Yeah, it's like a $40 steak. But Leggy's
I
rich. He
paid
can take
forty
care of
Lord
eight
it.
of
bucks for it.
mosquitoes.
48
Yeah,
bucks for it.
that's crazy, man. You got to get cows. You have the cows at the house, man. Just get cows. You can milk them. You can butcher them. You're good to go.
Well,
You can be
You
used
got.
for
Let
other
me ask you
things
something.
too.
Let me
You
ask you
could do
this.
horticulture with them.
Let me ask you this. Do you? So people will always put farmers and people with farms and cattle raisers in this bad light. Oh, look at this evil person, K-wording these cows and chickens. But that's what we buy in the supermarket. So wouldn't you rather be the guy who
You
actually
can't say
owns
kill
it?
cows on YouTube.
I said
well,
K-word. I said
You can't
K-word.
look.
say
It's
kill.
all
People
about.
kill cows. I like meat, and I kill cows to get my meat. I'm a cow
Go
killer.
back, go back, Jeff. I said
Are you
K-word.
serious? YouTube won't let us say talk
Yeah,
about killing cows?
I don't know who just said that, but if you go back, I said K-word.
I know,
I
but
didn't. Yeah.
that's
You can say
substitute
K-word.
for kill, right?
No, you can say K-word. And you can say grape or R
You
word.
can't
It
say
doesn't.
kill,
I
even
don't know
if
if
you're
you can
talking
say
about
that, but
cows.
you could say K word.
What about what? Can you talk about killing bugs? Like, how do you kill your roaches?
You just say K word.
Why can't you say kill? That's so weird that you have to
Me?
say, or anybody like
I
YouTube.
didn't say that. I
You said
said
K
K word.
word. I know
K word.
because you didn't want to
Yeah.
say kill, and I'm asking
Yeah.
like, does YouTube not want people to say kill? Is that why you say
Yes. They
K
can
word?
censor it. If there's too many in one
Even if you're
succession, they can
talking about
censor it.
animals, like killing
Yes,
bugs
they
and
can. They
cows.
can. So who said that
Wow.
I said K word? Let me guess. It's a ball gag who said I said that, but I mean, who knows? But
I
no,
don't think nobody said anything.
I said K word. I've always very carefully say K word or R word. Don't ever say the full name because they can censor you. They can.
For talking about killing cows to get a steak.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my
Stop
gosh.
saying it. Stop saying it. Just say K word. Just
What?
say
That's
K word.
I'm not saying I'm not. If I am not. I'm exercising my right to free speech to
All
talk
right.
about killing cows. I don't think that's violating anything.
Well, they are delicious. I can tell you that. They
They
are
sure are.
delicious.
I'm hungry for one right now.
Oh
Cow in a
yeah.
movie. In fact, I'm gonna go get that started.
All right. Well, you do
Discord in
your
like
thing.
10 minutes. Oh God damn it!
What
These
happened now?
panelists will not leave me alone.
Oh
Welcome.
God. Here comes Spike and his hamburger love. Spike's like a burger master. He's like fucking the triple fucking with cheese over here.
What's up,
You
Spike?
you can say kill a cow. You can
Kill
kill
a
it.
cow? Why can't you say kill?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Oh.
I
I
think
don't
you
want to
can't
have
say
to
K
censor
word
myself when I'm talking
regarding
about.
Well,
humans. I think it's inappropriate, but maybe animals, it's okay. I don't know.
yeah,
But what?
yeah. I know they don't like when you say the R word. They do not like that. So that's
I
why you
say
just
that
say.
all the time. Retard. I'm half retarded myself. I should. I
No,
am.
I'm talking
They're not going
about.
to
I'm
tell me I
talking
can't
about
say it.
the. I'm talking about the act where you force yourself on somebody. The other
Oh,
act.
that one. Yeah, I do try to
Yeah,
avoid
yeah,
that one.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, I just wanted
So,
to say real quick that George Orwell's book was 1984. Love you guys. Bye. I'm not going to hold you up, Jeff. Peace.
Spike, how great was that movie? How great was that movie? Great, George, dude, 1984. It's basically just surrendering to the government, being a
You talking about
slave.
the movie from the '80s with? Is
Yes,
it
yeah.
Cyril Cusack? And
Malcolm.
that's the one Eurythmics did the soundtrack for it. It's like one of the
Yeah.
best pieces of music out of the '80s. If you haven't heard the soundtrack to 1984, you're not even going to believe it's the Eurythmics doing it.
Another movie that you want to watch, Jeff, if you haven't watched, is Clockwork Orange.
I
A
did watch
Clockwork
it.
Orange. Great movie with Malcolm McDonald. Great movie.
there.
All right,
Now
Leggy,
everything's working.
tell us
Everything's
about this
working. Everything.
steak.
Oh, dude, the steak was fucking delicious. It's mine and the wife's anniversary. So I was like,
Oh, that's
she want-
right.
she wanted to go out to dinner. I was like, and then she wasn't feeling well tonight. So I was like, you know what? I'll go to the store and I'll bring dinner to us. So that's what I did. I got her a nice bottle of wine, some flowers.
Where is she now?
Home. I had to come pick up my kid.
Oh, okay. So you're out and about.
Of course, I'm always in the
I
chat.
thought you were
I'm
like you
lazy in
had
the
the
chat.
steak and then you ran to the computer to get on the stream.
Yeah.
It's like it's weird because it's like if I was like Leggy, I'd be stealing lobsters, putting them under my coat, like taking them home.
I don't
I'd be
have to
eating.
steal them. All I gotta do is be like, boss, I'm taking home some lobster.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd love it, no doubt.
Oh right, Leggy, they're putting you on snacks for the AA meeting.
Okay.
They're counting on lobster rolls and what else do you do with lobster?
No.
Lobster bisque, but that's not really a snack food, is it?
Is this the running theme? Like, I don't get it with the whole AA stuff. I don't get it. I don't really get it.
I don't know, Mike. Don't
Yeah,
don't start it. No,
it's like a running
it's a
theme, like
joke.
the
Nobody
one
directed
night.
it towards you. Don't start anything.
Oh no, I
It's
didn't even
okay.
One,
associate it with you.
no,
I
they
think
did. It
Yeah.
was
like
in
I
chat.
was thinking of an actual AA, not so much AA, but like recovery,
It
Gen
was in
X
chat.
recovery group for whatever you're
Right.
recovering from, but just with a Gen X twist on it.
Yeah. They take one thing and they run with it, and it's okay. It's all right.
Okay. Well, Jeff, I'm bouncing. I can't do this, but I know you're leaving. So, all right. Peace out.
All right,
Bye
take
bye.
care. Yeah, I'm wrapping up anyway. So
Yeah. Bye bye.
take
Take
care,
care.
everybody. Mike, take care.
All right, man. Take care, man.
Take care.
Salute.
Hey, Kikalani. All right. I'm glad we got a panel. I really am. I that's what I open it for, and so it feels like a waste when I don't have one. But then I got my. Some of this is really it's just the autism, the ADHD. When my brain gets locked into something, like when an expectation gets set, I lock in, and then if something comes along, it changes it. I'm still locked into that expectation, and it's hard for me to shift my brain to the new thing. Even growing up, that was kind of frustrating for my mom because like the plans were always changing, and I was had to constantly struggle to get onto the new plan once she locked me into one set of plans. That still happens as an adult when I go visit. Not bad for a Tuesday. I agree, Wombat, and thank you for helping move things along there. Yeah. All right. Take care, everybody. I'll be in the Discord, and then I'll be back out later tonight. Let's see.